Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. April Fool Day in Islam. April Fool Day is a day of celebration and commemoration of the ignorant who glorify the concept of lies and falsehood in the guise of jokes and pranks they play and have a laugh at the expense of their friends. The believers who sincerely fear Allah and the last day are sincere well-wishers of their friends and acquaintances alike, and there is absolutely no room for the concept of lies and falsehood in the deen of truth called Al-Islam, even for a single moment of one day. What is April Fool Day? The love of blindly following the West has given currency to several of their customs in our society. One of them is the tradition of celebrating April Fool. To play prank on another or to poke fun at him by deceiving him with a lie is not only considered acceptable on the 1st of April but is also admired as a commendable act and mark of excellence. He who deceives more people than others and deceives them with more flair and pins with more gall and grace has taken full advantage of the custom of April Fool. He is considered worthy of praise of having done that. This taste of trick playing, which can rightly be called a tasteless fun seeking, has brought on financial and physical harm to many unsuspecting victims. In fact, some have lost their precious lives as a result. They were deliberately given false news about a tragic event involving their near and dear ones, news that some frail and feeble folks could not bear, and succumbed. Based on lie, deception, and a desire to laugh at the innocence and ignorance of unsuspecting folks, this custom is obviously quite low on the scale of morality and ethics. Islamic concept. Islam guides and commands its followers to always stand on the side of the truth. Jokes and pranks are almost always based on lies and falsehoods, so that one may have a laugh at the expense of another mishap or misery invented, invented from a lie. And the telling of lies is absolutely forbidden in the deen of truth called Al-Islam. And when lies are forbidden, it cannot be considered righteous or pity in the least to allocate a day in the year when something which is forbidden would become permissible. Quran repeatedly emphasizes not to lie or hurt anyone's feeling through lie. Similarly, the traditions of Holy Prophet Hadith contains many sayings all about speaking truth at all costs and on all occasions. Only one Quranic ayat and one hadith is reproduced below to elaborate. In Islamic point of view, celebration of April Fool is not permissible because Quran says, O believers, Allah you fear and words straight to the point you utter. So the verse indicates that don't tell a lie, and this is significant for Muslim that Quran prohibiting, as well as a hadith which is indicated the consequences of lying. Abdullah reported Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, as saying, truth leads one to paradise and virtue leads one to paradise, and the person telling the truth until he is recorded as truthful, and lie leads to obscenity, and obscenity leads to hell, and the person telling lie until he is recorded as a liar. Historical basis. The history of April Fool's Day is not totally clear. No exact date can be found pinpointing the first official celebration of the holiday. There are, however, many narrations regarding the reason the tradition is practiced. One narration states that it's a day the Spanish celebrate in remembrance of the day they defeated the Muslim and swept them from the power in Lower Spain. According to this narration, It was around a thousand year ago that Spain was ruled by Muslims. The Muslim power in Spain was so strong that it couldn't be destroyed. The Christians of the West wished to wipe out Islam from all parts of the world, and they did succeed to quite an extent. But when they tried to emulate Islam in Spain and conquer it, they failed. They tried several times but never succeeded. The unbelievers then sent their spies in Spain to study the Muslims and find out what was the power they possessed, and they found that their powers was taqwa. The Muslims of Spain were not just Muslims, but they were practicing Muslims. Not only read the Quran but also acted upon it. When the Christians found the power of the Muslims, they started thinking of strategies to break this power. So they started sending alcohol and cigarettes to Spain free of cost. This technique of the West worked out and it started weakening the faith of the Muslims, in particular the young generation of Spain. The result was that the Catholic of the West wiped out Islam and conquered the entire Spain, bringing an end to the 800 long years rule of the Muslims in Spain. The last fort of Muslim to fall was Granada, which was on the 1st of April. From the year onwards, every year they celebrate April Fool Day on the 1st of April, celebrating the day they made a fool of the Muslims. They did not make a fool of the Muslims army at Granada only, but of the whole Muslim Ummah. We, the Muslims, were fooled by the unbelievers. They have a reason to celebrate April Fool's Day, to keep up the spirit. Dear brothers and sisters, when we join this celebration, we do so out of ignorance. If we had known about it, we would never have celebrated on our own downfall. So now that we are aware of it, and now let us promise that we shall never celebrate this day. We should learn our lesson from the people of Spain and shall try to become practicing Muslims, never to let anybody weaken our faith nor fool or make a fool of us anymore.